What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Welcome back to Bold Moves on the Property Sisters Network. We are very excited. We have a guest today, and I know you've all been waiting for us to have a special guest because we always talk about, oh, we're going to have a guest, and we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And you guys think that we don't have any friends
Right.
or have a network.
Well, you're wrong.
But this is the proof, okay? So today, we are here with Dylan with Owlhead Mechanical.
How you guys
Yes.
doing?
We are doing
Welcome.
great. Thank you for being here.
Thank you
We're
for
so
having me.
excited.
Of course. So,
And let me tell them something. These
Oh.
girls my friends, so don't be messing with my friends.
Yeah, for real. We go way
period.
back.
Yes.
Way back to when we were kids.
Yep. So we actually really do. We do go back to when we were kids, and we've grown into mature adults, I think,
Absolutely.
and became entrepreneurs.
Mhm.
Yes. And tell us a little bit about what you do.
So I do heating and cooling. I also specialize in tankless water heaters and water heater applications. About 90% of my work is residential homes, and the other 10% is going to be commercial-based service work. So I think that's pretty much the scope of like where I'm trying to stay
Yeah.
at this
Nice.
point in time, at least.
Okay.
Awesome.
So,
And is it just you, or do you have a team?
so right now it is just me.
Okay.
So
Nice.
trying to do a lot of things. I'm not gonna lie, but
One man show, owner,
Yeah.
operator.
one foot in front of the other can get you pretty far.
I love
Don't
that.
I know
Yep.
it?
Yeah, for real. Well,
Yep.
awesome. We're excited to have you. Thanks
I'm
for
excited
being
to be here, and I
Yes.
really do appreciate you guys.
Oh,
Of
absolutely.
course.
We
I was so
appreciate you
excited
too.
when you were
I
like-
know.
I was like, "Are you down?" I'm like, "Chrissy, I don't know if he's gonna be down." And then you're like, "I'm down."
I'm
I was
down.
Like, all right.
I was like, I'm down.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
we're
appreciate
excited.
the opportunity, and I'm at a point in my life, honestly, where it's like, I don't care if people are gonna reach out to me and give me an opportunity. I'm gonna give that person everything I have.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Say yes to the opportunity.
For
yes.
sure.
If,
We
well,
get
our
that vibe.
coach always tells us if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no.
Mhm.
So I'm glad this was a hell yes for
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Because
yeah.
we were just talking about that on our last episode. We actually titled it Faith, Leadership, and Saying Yes to Opportunities.
Yeah.
So
I like it.
it's just kind of like, yeah, it totally floats
Full
your boat
circle
right now.
moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm floating on that
Yeah.
boat right now.
Yeah,
like-
I
Who's
love it.
driving? Is it
Right.
Chris?
Yeah.
I'm just hanging
Good
out
luck,
the back.
guys.
So how did you get started? Tell us a little about that journey.
Yeah, it's been a bumpy ride. I'm not gonna lie, but basically, I started Owlhead during COVID out of absolute survival mode necessity. I started
sure.
it, not ready to start it. We'll put it that way.
Like most entrepreneurs.
Exactly.
Yep. And I came to a point where, I had to go back to the workforce of, not being an entrepreneur to get my mentality right and also gain the knowledge and experience that I needed to become an entrepreneur that people could trust.
I love that.
And so once I attained everything I needed, and, it was quite a bit to take the exams and get the licensing to become legit.
Yeah,
I-
licensed and insured.
So with that confidence, I started Owlhead HVAC installations.
Period. Like
Hang on.
all great
Let me get the
entrepreneurs do.
applause.
There
Yo.
it is. There it is.
Yep.
I love that.
Yep. And I did have a lot of success with that,
That's
and
awesome.
a lot of that success was because of the people that were there for me at that point
100%.
in time in life. And those people know who they are, and I love you, bro.
Shout out, y'all.
Shout out.
Shout out to the bros.
Yeah, shout
Always.
out to my boy Ryan.
Love that.
Let's
go, Ryan.
What's up,
Yeah,
Ryan?
So my boy Ryan, actually, one of my first jobs for Owlhead HVAC installations, I got paid for the job up front from my buddy because he trusted me, and I took that to my heart. And I took that money and I bought my first service van. It
Nice.
was,
Hell yeah.
super junker, and I'm still not in the van I want to be at. But
That's
that-
okay.
that-
It's part of this journey. You got to
that
those
van,
steps. Yeah.
that van got me going, and that ride also fizzled out, not with those friends, but just with the fact that I realized certain opportunities were coming to my way that I wasn't qualified or ready for.
Yeah.
And things were catching up to me. So I was missing opportunity because I wasn't qualified to be doing what I was doing.
Right.
So I went back to not being an entrepreneur, and I went to work for other people, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And
Right.
some of the best people on earth are busting their butts every day for other companies.
Mhm.
But as I did that, I attained all the things I had to attain to take my license exams. And once I did do that and take and pass all my exams, I said, I think I'm a little bit ready
Oh yeah.
to go back and chase that
You're a
Owlhead,
lot of it ready.
chase that Owlhead dream that I just couldn't let go when I was working for other people.
So you started Owlhead,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had that job,
Mm-hmm.
and then things just kind of went south a little bit, and then you had to go work for other people again.
Mm-hmm.
Not south, but you got
Yeah.
opportunities that you couldn't take because you didn't have the licensing.
Absolutely.
So you couldn't, in good conscience,
A-
say yes to those jobs.
Absolutely.
So then you went back to work for other people who were great, reputable, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Amazing people.
Yes. And then after that, you got all your stuff together,
Mm-hmm.
and then we jumped back into Owlhead.
Then we jump right back into Owlhead
Love
with,
that.
How long-
with no capital, really, not much saved, just knowing that I had a purpose and I had to go do it.
Yep.
I love that.
As all entrepreneurs do.
Yeah.
I
so
love that
what
so
was
much.
like the time frame? So when you got started, you went to work for somebody else, and you came back in. What was like the time? Was it like a year, 2 years, 3 years?
I've been doing heating and cooling since, I was in my late teenage years.
Okay.
And then let's just go back from that point to the point where I opened up Owlhead HVAC installations.
Right.
That was about 2021.
Okay.
And then I went back to work for other people by about 2023.
Okay.
Nice.
And then here we are, 2025.
Hell yeah.
Amazing.
I love this.
Yeah.
We're so excited for you. That's so cool. Like
Yes.
I'm so proud of you to say like you've gone and like did what you needed to do, get things in order the way they need to be
Yeah.
to,
Mhm.
put forth the
Mhm.
business that you can, be proud of and,
Yeah.
and successful in. That's
Mhm.
amazing.
But I think that's also like the hardest thing to do. And I think that's why like I personally feel like entrepreneurs just in general in any industry, right?
Mhm.
Like you're an entrepreneur, we're entrepreneurs. We have like a mutual respect
Absolutely.
because we know what it takes to take a leap of faith and to do something that like, nobody believes in you. You're just kind of believing in yourself.
Mhm.
Like, for example, this whole podcast thing that we do, we're just
Mhm.
like, what are we doing half the time? But like we believe in it.
They don't see the vision yet.
Maybe they don't see the vision, but like, just like how you have support from
Mhm.
people who, that
Believed
love
in the
you, like
vision.
you, trust you,
Mhm.
believe in the
Mhm.
vision. It's across the board. You're going to have people in your circle that believe in you, but I think at the end of the day, it really does come like from the soul. Like you
Oh,
really
yeah.
have to chase that dream.
Mhm.
And if you don't have that drive in you, it's very rare that anything is just going to come to fruition. So
Absolutely.
that's, I think, why we all have that respect for each other.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, part of the reason why I reached out to you was because obviously we know each other
Yeah.
already, but it's like, this is the whole purpose of the show is
Right.
to highlight those people that went and did it and,
Mhm.
were grinding through
Yeah.
the mud.
Literally
Absolutely.
through the mud. I was about
and
to say
did
that.
all the things and and you learned your lessons and you
Mhm.
had to go work for people again after getting a taste of that
Oh, yeah.
success and you were like, oh, I want that so bad.
Oh yeah.
And now I
Mhm.
don't have it. And then it just puts that fire under you to like go get it again.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So respectable.
Absolutely.
Just
Absolutely.
like so respectable.
Absolutely.
And now look at you.
Right.
And look at
love
us
this.
rocking his merch.
Right,
y'all.
period.
Period.
I love it.
Merged up.
Okay,
Yes.
if you're ever
Yeah,
a
shout out
guest
for
on
the
this
merch.
show, yeah, you're required to bring merch now because Dylan
Set the
Dylan
bar
done
high.
set the bar too high, and now we require if you're gonna be on this podcast, you gotta bring merch.
Tease
And you
you
can
gotta
love
bring
it.
tease.
You
I
can
love
thank
it.
Big Dog Dylan for that.
I love it. We love a good tea. That's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes, thank you for the merch. by the
Yeah,
way.
we appreciate that. That
absolutely.
was super nice
I
of
love
you.
gifts. I'll never.
Who doesn't?
I don't really ever
Free
admit
T-shirt with
that.
every job.
Right.
If you do business,
There it is.
there you go.
Little perk for
Every
y'all.
paid invoice comes with a T-shirt.
I love
You know,
that. Look
that's-
at that,
that's
guys.
amazing.
Exclusive to the Property Sisters Network.
Take
okay,
notes.
period.
Take notes. I can't really read this though. What does this say? On
License
That-
and insurance.
that's
Oh,
license-
license and
That's
insurance.
why I said that. I was like, yo, don't
Bro,
forget.
this-
License and insurance.
Okay, you know what? These are so legit. We got the American flag on the other side.
Period.
Got to.
America, love that.
I love it.
And then
I
we
love
got
it
the
so much.
we got the owl here. Who designed this?
I actually designed that
Did you-
myself.
did
Did you
draw it?
really?
I digitally designed it.
Dude, you're badass.
So
That's awesome.
I had to pay for this like program,
yeah.
and then I chopped and screwed and did what I did.
Amazing. I
Yep.
love that.
Yep.
You know,
So
that's so
cool.
funny
That's so
because-
authentic.
Yes, it is. And it's funny because I feel like when you're an entrepreneur, not to press on it too much, but I
Mhm.
will because I can. You
Our
just have
show,
to
guys.
wear all of these different hats,
Mhm.
you know?
Absolutely.
And you gotta do it
I don't
all.
want to toot my own horn though. My
It's okay.
logo,
We do that here.
my logo. So it's on a sticker form, but it is just the logo. I just got sticker of the day on this page called HVAC Sticker Force. That's kind of blowing up. Shout out to HVAC Sticker Force.
Oh, that's pretty
Appreciate
cool.
you.
Love
Let's go.
that.
Yeah, I got.
That's sweet.
I've met so many good people like on Instagram, like in the heating
Love
and cool,
it.
like just heating and cooling HVAC industry. That's my world. Like you girls
Yeah.
would be like real estate, but
Right.
there's so many good dudes on Instagram.
What's it
Shout
called? Sticker?
HVAC Sticker Force.
I see.
That's awesome.
I've met a lot
That's
of good
cool.
dudes. HVAC SG, you're my boy.
I love that everything has its own little community. That's what's like
I
so
didn't
nice
believe
about
it,
that.
you know. I really didn't believe it, but there's, there is a lot of haters, but there's a lot of good dudes. So let's focus on the
Yes.
good dudes.
That's exactly it. Like there's always going to be a positive and negative in every
Absolutely.
situation, but
Yeah.
like if it's what you're looking for that you're going to find. And I
Yeah.
believe that with everything.
And here's the other
So-
thing too, though. It's like for me, one of my like a thing that I grew a lot about was I thought like I have to do this alone or all this because I didn't trust other, let's just say contractors
Right.
in my field. But then you meet certain people and you realize not everyone's trying to gatekeep. Some people just want to lift you up who are doing the same thing as you and want to see you do it.
Yes.
And
that's
I didn't
exactly
believe
it.
that because of just the way my mind works and the situations that I've been in. But it's facts.
It's
And
so facts.
dudes like that give me inspiration to be like that.
Yes.
I love that
And
too.
also to find more like-minded people like that.
Absolutely.
And
They
we're in the same boat.
They say
Yeah.
that all the time. Like a lot of our coaches, like they don't want to give you a handout. They want to give you a hand up. Like
Hand
they've
up.
been in
Yes.
your shoes. They know what
Yes.
it's like. They know what it takes. They can see you're a good person. You're
Mhm.
just trying to get your feet off the ground. It's like, just
Mhm.
get me in that room, get me in this, get that leg up and you'll take it from there. And I
Yeah.
think
Mhm.
that's amazing. And like, you do find those people. You
You
just
do.
have to get
Yeah.
out there and,
Yeah. People
put
that
put
gain
forth that.
nothing from giving you that hand up,
Yes.
those are the people that you want
100%.
next to you.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
It's
It's, it's just so good for the soul.
It
It is.
You know?
but that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Like,
you want to be like them one day. You want to give that hand up.
yes,
And
to the next person.
And it like not even affect like it doesn't affect you financially, but it
No.
affects them,
Oh,
in a
yeah.
lot of ways.
Can change somebody's life, and like they know that they've been there and you're going to do that for the next person. And like that's like the beauty of entrepreneurship, honestly. I feel like, because I
Absolutely.
think that
Yes.
stands true in any
Yeah.
field that you're going to be in. Like you're always going to have someone that you're going to meet, or like someone that you're like, oh man, like how's that guy doing that? I want to know more about that.
Mhm.
I want to see what's going on there. And like that's just how
Yeah.
things go on,
Yeah.
and I think that's like key for sure.
Absolutely.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I feel like for me, I felt like and I think about this from time to time too, because I've become over the years just like so hyper independent to the point that it's like unhealthy.
Mm.
Like I literally like hate asking for help, and I hate
My wife calls
all
that
of that.
hard-headed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm very hard-headed.
Well, whichever term you want to
Mhm.
put on it, it's all the same, right?
Yep.
But as I'm going through my life and realizing like it's okay to ask for help, and also not even to ask for it, but to just receive it. It's
From
kind
someone
of
who wants to give it. Yeah.
from someone that wants to give it to you,
Mhm.
and then but you're so like controlling.
You don't want to be the
For
one
me,
getting help. You want to be the one giving it.
Yeah, like I have no problem like just spreading myself so thin, but also to be on the receiving end has been something that I've personally like struggled with. So
Mhm.
like, and then also just like growing up, we're in our 30s now, which is
Yeah.
wild.
Crazy.
But like over the years, you come across people that disappoint you, and just kind of they want to see you doing well, but not better than them. And
Facts.
and it's
Mhm.
just like it sucks when you know like you love that person, or you're acquainted with that person,
Mhm.
and it's just kind of like, I don't think you're really there for me like you say you are.
Or there's like
And
an agenda.
They
or
like
I
like
know.
watching the show and seeing how far that show will go, but they don't.
So
They're
that-
not going to be there to congratulate at the end of that tunnel.
Yes. And I just like, I've been trying to just kind of navigate through that because, well, at this point in my life now, I'm very much surrounded by people that I know are like my rocks.
Yeah.
Every which way that I turn, and I'm good, and I can, you know, make that judgment if somebody were new to come into my life,
Yeah.
that I have to be like, are you in or are you out? What were you saying before we jumped on here?
These my friends, so don't mess with my friends.
No. The circles, the squares.
Oh, keep the squares out your circle.
Yeah.
The squares out your circle.
I
Hold
love
on.
that. Period.
Where's my trombone?
I need the air horn.
Hold on. Yeah, that thing.
Bull.
For real though.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. My point is that I just feel like when you get to this point, it feels so good to receive the help, to get it from genuine people that you know are there for you.
Mm-hmm.
So like, my question to you is, did you feel like there were like times, you know, where you would have needed or wanted help and you maybe were trying to get it from somewhere and
listen,
it didn't happen? And
nothing's been rainbows and unicorns.
Right.
So yeah, there was so many times, you know. And
how did you like overcome that struggle?
I think I didn't really. I think me overcoming that struggle was just me getting through that struggle.
Period.
So,
Nice
and then
to-
at the end of it, you kind of learn a little something. And that being said, I mean,
Here we are
brings
today.
brings
Here
you
we
to
are.
the light.
brings you a little bit to the light, kind of get your mind right. I mean, I'm grateful for the pain I've been through. And I think that's the way I learned the most.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
that's what makes you
learned things the
appreciate
hard
the
way.
good times though
Oh, yeah.
too, and like your successes that you're seeing now and all the hard work that you put in,
Yeah.
and you know it makes it feel that much better because you're like, you know, I went through some shit, I did put in my work, and I made like grew this company,
yeah.
you know, the right way,
Yeah.
stand behind it,
yeah.
you
There's been-
know.
listen,
That's
I'm sitting here
amazing.
alone, but there, through the journey of
Yeah.
Owlhead, there's been people I wished that were by my side helping this go a certain way.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad that I didn't let the fact that they weren't deter me from making it something that it is.
Yeah.
And I'm to the point in my life where I'll flat out say it. Some of those people, if they ever wanted to be a part of it to this day, I'd reach out my hand and tell you, absolutely.
Come on
Come on
down.
in.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
So,
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But
Yeah.
that's beautiful, and I think that's such a testament to who you are and
Yeah.
and the company that you want to run and
Mhm.
see, you know, grow and everything
Yeah.
like that. I think that's amazing. That's
I want to be
beautiful.
a company like that's not chasing valuable things. I want to be like, and as a man,
Yeah.
of value.
Yeah, of
Yes.
course.
That's it.
Service driven.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Service driven and results driven.
Yeah.
I'm
100%.
a very results driven type of
Yeah.
personality too.
Yeah, we feel the same way. It's so funny to hear because like it's such a different field, but it's still all the same steps,
Isn't
all the
that
same
funny?
little
That's
thing.
kind of like what I was saying.
you
I
know,
was like,
you still
guys
have
are
your journey.
contractors.
Yeah.
Like literally, and like you still, it was a journey to get here. Like same with us, and like her
Yeah.
being licensed for I don't even know how long it was before I got mine, but like you know, because I got my license during COVID, and
Mhm.
I kind of had the same like weird,
5.
huh?
5.
Okay, so it was like 5 years at that point for her, and she's like, I was just kind of going through my own thing, and she's like, get your license, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing anything
Yeah.
else. Why not? You know,
Yeah.
like, and just see where it goes. But like,
Yeah.
it was so different when I like started because I was still so unsure, and it was like a scary thing for me. But then it was more like I learned to love it and appreciate it. And when I did like help those people and do all these things, I was like, this is like
Makes you
a
feel
really
good.
amazing job. It's
Mhm.
so rewarding. And
Mhm.
like us doing it together, like it just turned into something that like if you would have told me this 5 years ago, I would have never. If you would have told me we're sitting on our podcast today, I would have laughed
Lies.
in your face. Like there's no way in hell I would be doing that. But it's crazy because like you just never
Yeah.
know like where that one little thing might take
Life
you.
just
You know,
takes you
it just
down a
does.
path, and then sometimes you hit that fork in the road, and it's like, are you gonna
Mhm.
go right, or you're gonna go left, or you're gonna
Mhm.
sit in your own freaking misery and do nothing.
Right.
You pick.
Facts.
Right.
And it's just like, if you have some, sense,
Mhm.
no offense, you're gonna pick the right path, and you're
Yeah.
gonna go down, and you're
Oh
gonna
yeah.
you're gonna do all the things that it takes to
yeah.
accomplish your goals and your
Yeah.
dreams.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
You get one life, like follow that light, you know, like
Yeah.
whatever's in your heart. I feel
Yeah.
like is you're bound to be successful no matter what you go through. Cause it's like
Yes.
at the end of the day, like you have that passion for it,
Mhm.
you will be successful. You're putting in the
Absolutely.
work.
Yes.
Those opportunities, those different paths, they're gonna come. Like those people are gonna come. Like
Yes.
clients,
Yes.
everything is gonna come one thing at a time when it's meant to.
Mhm.
And I think that's across the board entrepreneurship, like period.
You got to go through this struggle.
You do.
You got to.
That's part of
You
it.
got
Like
to. Hey, listen, I think there's struggle that will always be there.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? It's like
Life just isn't
struggle be
perfect.
struggling,
Yeah.
life be
I
life.
swear, yes.
And don't get me wrong, there's days I wake up and I'm just like not trying to, maybe be doing that certain thing, but you got to hold on to that vision of what is facts.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
trust your heart. I mean, if you know
All
you're meant to
day.
be doing something and you wake up those days where it's like you might not want to get out of bed or you have those bad thoughts that you have,
Yeah.
Yep.
just know that doesn't have to last
Yeah.
forever.
Don't let
Like
the
you can
intrusive
get
thoughts
back
win.
to focusing on what you want to focus on. Work saves me.
Yep.
When I'm working, I am so happy
Yeah.
because I'm thinking I'm like in bliss.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have any time to like let those negative
Right.
thoughts think in. I'm
Yep.
ready.
You're just in it, doing
Trying
the
to
things.
work.
Yep.
And doing
That's
what you love
it.
to do.
I
Yeah.
love it.
That's
Do you
amazing.
Do you listen to like music when you're working on
Um
a what do you call it? On a furnace?
yeah.
With whatever,
Sometimes
whatever you're
I
working
wear
on.
like headphones and I
Yeah.
listen to podcasts. I
Okay.
listen to music.
Okay.
But low key,
High
dead
key.
silence.
Okay.
I don't even like.
Dude, I don't even blame you.
Yeah.
There's days where I'm driving home from work and I'm like,
Straight silence.
silence. I heard too much today.
Yup.
You go from home to
Mhm.
the office to the clients to
The phone in between.
I can't.
like
Peaceful.
everything. Yeah.
Silence can be peaceful.
little
Oh,
roll
yeah.
down the window and just
Little fresh
breeze,
air.
wave in the breeze. Let it hit you in the face a little bit.
I
Yup.
swear.
Dude,
Yup.
I love that you
Those
said
are the
that.
moments.
Mhm.
You
Those
guys
are
ever
the
like
moments.
not to like go off topic into like
No, let's go.
the air. But like I'll be driving sometimes and like, do you ever know me and Alexa talk about this all the time when we're kids and even now? Like we'll stick our hands out the window and like the air is soft. Like today. Maybe I'm just tripping.
Probably like the
But
way
it's
the
like when
wind
you're-
is hitting.
You're tripping. No, but it's like it's so nice and soft. I don't know. It does hit different when you're just like
Humidity.
when you're in tune. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's the key.
Little bit of
Thank you for
everything.
that.
Sensing the
Yes.
molecules.
Yes, yes. I'm telling you. Or maybe I was just like getting hit with bugs or something while they were like flying in my hand. I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
But I
funny.
love that.
That wasn't wind.
You're right.
Yeah.
Get rid of that.
It was raining
Yeah.
outside that day.
That kind of hurts. I've done
Hilarious.
that before
Yeah.
too. Be getting whipped with that stuff.
That's
bad.
hilarious.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So funny.
But this is so great. So Owlhead Mechanical. So
Mhm.
you're one man show.
One man show.
You do the damn thing.
Period.
What's like you have this vision. So like can you kind of explain to me like are you there yet? Or what is
I'm
the
nowhere.
what is the
So
vision?
I'm,
or don't tell us everything. We want to keep a little
I'm
bit
gonna
of a
I'm gonna leave a little
surprise.
to the imagination
Yes,
because
yes.
I'm still imagining.
100%.
Honestly, same.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
I wake
same.
up some days and I don't know like how far or like what niche I'm trying to like attach
stick
to
to,
this
yeah.
because there's so many
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, my main goal is to pretty much, have enough work to provide for me and my wife. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much it. It's like I said, I'm not chasing valuable things. Do I like shiny things? Of course I do. I'm a human,
Or everybody does. Yeah.
But what I'm chasing freedom for me and my
Yes.
wife.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
I want to, be able to chase the American dream, and that's it. And that's the blue collar trade for heating and cooling, at least. There's not too many one man shows anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's and it's nothing against all these companies that are super successful. And I owe a lot of I owe where I'm at now because of the people that gave me the opportunity to work for them at those companies
Mhm.
Yes.
to acquire the things I needed to acquire.
Yeah.
It's just I'm kind of trying to find a place where I can shine and still offer that personal experience of like knocking on your door, being there for you when you need me, giving you an honest price, being transparent. And the difference between me and the multi-million dollar companies, at least around us, is those companies have a lot of guys working for them, and the people who hold the licenses, they're in the back office crunching numbers. They're not the ones in the field shaking that customer's hand and putting their stamp of approval on the quality of work that was done. I'm knocking on your door, my butt's on the line, and I'm doing everything I can to make sure that whatever I'm doing in your house is exactly what I'd be doing in my house. So,
Period.
Dude.
That's amazing. That
I
was like a
didn't
mic
even-
drop.
No, for real. I didn't
Didn't
even
even think
realize that. Like
that they're
when
working
you
under
hi-
someone's license.
Yeah, like we can't even do that. Like if I wanted to send like you to
Oh, yeah.
go show a house, I can't.
Yeah.
I could have an army of 1,000 people under one license.
Wow.
That's
I didn't
wild.
even know
And
you could do
listen,
that.
about that.
And listen, no disrespect at all to the guys that are doing that, and by no means am I trying to
Sure.
say that those companies aren't quality, because there's a million dudes out here who aren't contractors and who are HVAC technicians and installers that I would go to war for, and I love and I respect as men, and they do great work. And a license doesn't mean you know everything.
Sure.
It just means you're trying to do it on your own. That's
Sure.
pretty much it.
Yeah.
So
That's how you want to run your company. That's
that-
how you want to run your business.
And that just speaks to your character.
exactly. Exactly. Yep. I love that. That's
swear.
amazing. Like honestly, I think that's so cool. Cause like,
yeah.
I mean, we see different people, like of course, like we've been talking about, but like to
Mhm.
have this one-on-one with you to like really get that understanding.
Mhm.
Like we've never like it's never like been a thought about stuff like that for us,
Yeah.
I feel like. So that's cool that
This
you
is
can
kind of what I was getting at with that story, though, is most dudes who start a company like Owlhead and they start chasing that dream,
Mhm.
their end goal is to be that,
become
become
the
that,
company.
become
Yeah.
that. I never want that stress.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I want customers and friends and family and word of mouth to travel as far as it can, that Dylan's a guy you can trust.
Yeah.
You know, you might look at him and think a certain thing, but don't let him take his licenses out
Yeah.
around other guys with, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
period.
I'm a sleeper cell. You don't think I'm the most qualified until I pull that thing out. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So I'm trying to build clientele.
Yeah, the
that-
referral base.
That's it. Word
yeah,
of mouth.
Word of mouth. Yeah.
And I want to maybe have, a couple dudes who I love in the field be able to join this, but I never want to. I want to be able to go to the dudes that I love in this trade, that I respect, who are highly skilled individuals,
Mhm.
when I can offer them something that's stable for them.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
and am I there? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to get to a railroad.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, no.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
We understand that all too well.
For sure.
Mhm.
It's up and it's down.
That's
It's
Yes.
up and
that's
it's
the
down.
entrepreneur's job.
Yes.
Yep.
To ride that roller coaster
Yeah.
and then be able
Exactly.
to provide the railroad for someone else.
Yes.
Yes.
But I mean, you've been doing it you've been doing the work for a long time.
Yeah.
But you've been doing it on your own for a short period of time.
6 months.
Okay.
Amazing.
period. Let's go. But I feel like, would you say that already you've built not only a brand, but have you built a referral network, or were
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like
how have gas in my van right now.
for
Love it.
sure. Even coming on, I feel like us reaching out and like seeing all of that, like the interaction on social media and things like that too. I think
Yeah.
like it's all part of it. Like there's so
Yeah.
many different avenues to build this referral and word of
Yeah.
mouth
Yeah.
business
Yeah.
that like you gotta stay on all of them.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what we're like.
Got to.
The podcast, the social media, this, that, the other. Like
Yeah.
you want to
Listen,
be everywhere. But
don't hide for
yeah.
one day too long.
Right.
We were just talking about this because I was
They
like,
might forget.
Right.
No. So she
exactly.
posted a post today about like the weather, and I thought it was hilarious because she's like, it said something like, "Is it going to be hot or cold today?" And the weather says yes, and I'm like, that's hilarious. And she's like, "Yeah, I just posted so like to say hello to all the people that follow me because like I don't post much." And I was like, "I be doing too much." But it's like, no, like it's okay because it's like, and you can get in your head so easy, like when you
So
start
easy.
thinking
Oh.
about all that
all the
shit.
time.
Like it's
all
like
the time.
I'm just like, you know,
Get
like,
out your head and get
it's-
into a bag.
yes,
Literally.
like if you just like stop thinking about other people and you just chase like your dream and post whatever you want to post.
It's hard.
Yeah,
And do what you do
whenever.
is very, very hard.
Hard.
And I would say I'm still struggling with that. A lot of people still struggle
Yeah.
with that. Just like
Absolutely.
that.
It's funny because I
That's-
love your social media, but it's also like authentic to who you are. Like,
Yeah.
and I think that's something that like I struggle with too, because I'm like, I don't know, I just don't like we're different in that sense, you know, and I've never
Yes.
been much for social media. And that's something like
Mhm.
I'm trying to get more comfortable with because they don't tell
Yeah.
you that in real estate school. You have to be like
Yeah.
a social media influencer
Yeah.
half the time, you know?
Yeah.
But it's also something where I'm like, okay, let me just remind everybody, like, hey guys, I'm still here. Like,
Yeah.
here's a little weather update for
Yeah.
you. Or something.
I think sometimes
you know,
people might like misconstrue the fact like me, Dylan, the owner of Owlhead Mechanical, am I trying to get attention personally? Absolutely not.
right.
It is
Like,
my company.
all to my
Is the
company.
company that absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that's kind of like you know,
How
you
do
guys.
yeah. Like, how do you differ?
navigate?
Yes.
How do you gear or target an audience so
Right.
that it's not so much of me and who I am, but of who my company is and
That's
what
it.
I represent my company to be.
Absolutely.
100%.
But I think you can do that. Like, I don't want to say so easily, but it will come so naturally
Absolutely.
because
Yeah.
of who you are and what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it'll show through your work.
Absolutely.
It'll show
All
through
the
shows
best,
through your
all the
being.
best qualities and things in me that I want to, you know, build a future upon. That's Owlhead Mechanical.
Period.
Yes.
I love that.
So do you have like a website and all that set up and all that
I
kind of
do.
stuff?
I do. Easiest way, go to www.google.com and Google Owlhead Mechanical, and then it'll take you right to me. And all you got to do is click my website
And
button,
you'll see
and pretty
this.
much my website takes over for you at that
Yeah.
moment.
You can't miss it.
Also, my number is 313 and it spells out Owlhead.
Amazing.
So if you have a
That's
phone
cool.
and you can remember my name, just 313 Owlhead.
I love that.
Yep.
That's cool.
We should do something like that.
I know, that's kind of fun.
313 Owlhead. I think I would want to go.
You got to have
like-
the first three be a 3-letter word. And
Yeah.
then,
I don't have a 3-letter word. Owl.
pod.
Owl
Cast.
properties. Oh yeah,
I'm like-
podcast. That's a good one. Look at you quick on your feet like that. That's amazing.
Mhm.
I was like trying to think of a way to spell like your realtor, but it came to like your realtor.
Uter.
Before you were talking about the website, what were you talking about? Was it still social media?
I was saying something about him, like when he builds his brand on socials, that
Yeah.
he'll shine through the brand, even though
Yeah.
he doesn't want the attention on himself.
Yes.
He wants it more on the brand.
Yes. Like that was literally it. Because it's hard to differentiate that. Like,
well, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like, and that's literally what I struggle with. Cause I'm like, I don't know, like
Who am I?
how much of Christy
Who
I
are
want
they?
out there, but like Christy, the realtor, sure. But like, it's such a weird balance. And then like we go, like I said, to all these like classes and trainings and stuff like that. But they're like, they want to know you too. And I'm like, well,
I don't want them.
here's
to.
a little sprinkle, maybe. But like,
know you in a
I'd rather-
professional way.
yes, yeah, and like so I feel like that's when I kind of started to like be a little more open to the idea of like just putting everything out there. Like I feel like for the longest time I would post like just different seminars we were at and just like other stuff like events, whatever. And I'm like, man, I don't even post that I sell houses. Like I should probably post some of those houses because like I actually do that, you know, that it's just like, okay, I guess I'll do this. And like I get in my head, like maybe I'm doing too much of that. And so I feel like I totally get what you're saying,
Yep.
but then I also feel like people also do want to know who
They
you
wanna know
are
who
to
you
be able
are,
to
to
connect
work
with you, to
yeah.
work with you
Mhm.
and like
Yeah.
have that understanding. But I think that's like it comes with the time of these stages that you're going
Yeah.
through with what
Yes.
you're building, you know, and
Yeah.
like that's exactly like you're where you're meant to be in this
Yeah.
moment, you know what I
100%.
mean? And like all of that comes with the time that, you know, as these
Absolutely.
You're
as
only
these
6
stages
months
progress.
in.
Yeah.
You're doing pretty
Yeah,
damn
you
good. You know,
did a
Doing
couple
okay.
things
Yeah.
here and
Doing
there.
okay.
I think that's so amazing.
Yeah.
I really
I
love this. I'm
appreciate it.
so glad you
I mean-
came to hang out with us
Oh
today.
yeah. Well,
I
definitely.
have 23 honest 5-star reviews on Google. So
Oh,
I am
that's
5-star rated.
amazing.
That's amazing.
Period.
I don't want a fake review.
No.
Flat out. If someone
Absolutely.
posts a review and they say something, I'm going to answer that and say, how can I make this review turn into a 5-star? Because
That's exactly
got
it.
to. It's
Yeah.
That's
5-star
literally
service or nothing.
That's seriously so important. And that's something that we talk about with our coaches all the time is like, this
The
is
customer experience.
the client experience.
People's
Exactly.
hard-earned money they're
Yeah.
spending with you
Mm-hmm.
out of all the other billions.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Who
yeah.
you spend your money with? Do you think about it?
Right. Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I think everybody does. But it's like,
Absolutely.
because people even say, like, how do I find the right person? I'm like, go Google them, check their
Yeah.
reviews, check their
Get
social
100
media, check,
quotes.
yeah, whatever you need to get, like
Mhm.
to, like, and you can, I feel like you can tell, like, the more people that you talk to, like, you can feel who's genuine and who's
Right.
not, and who's
That's facts.
really going to give you like the time of day, this
Mhm.
that client experience,
Yeah.
like, and
Yeah.
that's something that you want the foundation of
Yeah.
your business to be, which is
Absolutely.
amazing.
Absolutely.
And I feel like no matter who you talk to, they're going to feel that from jump, like I truly, I think that's the way to go about
Yeah.
that entrepreneurial
I
journey,
agree.
like
I agree.
that's what it's all about. And I swear, like, I got a message today from my client. We're closing next week on their house, and she's like, you have really made this experience like amazing, and you've been so, like, you've been a joy to work with.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's what it's all about.
Feels
Like, thank you
amazing.
so much.
Feels
Like,
amazing.
I swear, because like you're like, man, like, I hope like they feel good about it. And like, sometimes it's a little rocky. We had an offer accepted, they weren't happy, they backed out.
Yeah.
Like, there's all these things that happened in between. But like,
Mhm.
for her to sit here and tell me when we got there clear to close that like she had an amazing experience with me was like, makes everything like, that's what matters. Like, I don't care what we went through.
Better than
Like,
money.
I mean, that's like
it
yeah,
is.
like,
Better
It
than
really
money.
is. Like, truly. So I respect that so much, because that's exactly how we feel about our business.
Absolutely.
It's
what drives the business.
exactly.
I mean,
exactly.
not only like fills your own cup, but it's a win-win. It fills you up.
Win-win.
They're happy. You're happy. You get
Mhm.
referrals.
Right.
Mhm.
And then the wheel just keeps on turning, and it's then you become sustainable, self-sufficient, and
Right.
based off referrals just like you want from people that are normal
Yeah.
or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
whatever that means. But
Yeah.
just you want to work with people that
Yeah.
come
And
from
Listen, if you want to spend a lot of money on your heating and cooling system, and you want zero interaction with the people who are doing the work, I'm not for you.
yeah,
Flat out.
yeah.
And if I call that HVAC McDonald's experience. So if you want that, that's fine. But I'm telling you, I'm giving you the same, if not better quality at, if not same, but a less price.
Right.
I mean,
On top of a client
Yeah,
experience.
exactly.
Yeah.
I
On
mean,
top of a client
I
experience.
personally like I miss that, because it's like there's so many companies out there like that are just, you talk to this person, you talk to that person, you talk to this person, and that person, and then things just get misconstrued. They people are just, the passion is lost
Mhm.
somewhere down the telephone.
They
You know
don't
what I
realize
mean?
how big of a deal it is to you.
Yes. And it's like at the end of the day, I feel like if I'm talking to one person
Mhm.
and they do the job and they do it well, like that's how I feel like the service that we give to our clients too.
Yeah.
It's like, I want you for life now.
Right.
Like, I
Mhm.
don't, now when I think HVAC, I think Dylan.
Mhm.
When I think real estate, I want to think Raquel and Christy.
Absolutely.
I don't want to think of, well, I talked to so many different people. I called the company, and then
Mhm.
Joe Schmo came to my house.
Right.
And then when
Yeah.
he left, I got an email from some other
Yeah.
dude, and you know what I mean? And it's just like,
Yeah.
well, who did I do business with?
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like I just got flipped on my ass,
Yeah, literally.
So it's like,
Too many people in the mix.
yeah.
how do
The
they say?
relationships get lost.
What's that
Mhm.
for saying with the Indians and the Chiefs in the kitchen or something?
I just say there's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Oh.
I think that might have been like a game of like tag in
I don't
elementary
know.
school or something.
Oh my gosh. I'm like so off the wall. But that's true. Like, and there's companies that we work with that are like that, and it's just like, man, I just try to stay away from
And
it.
about me too is, if I'm not, because there's a whole lot of categories of being qualified in the heating and cooling game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If I'm not qualified for something, or if I'm not comfortable doing something, then my job to the person who was willing to give me that opportunity is to provide them with the person who is. And I
Yeah.
have a phone full of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I'm never gonna sign up for something that I know I can't do.
Right.
You're
But
not scared
and
to
if
give that referral.
I'm not scared to give that referral because the people I give the referrals to are good people. There's
Yeah.
other mechanical contractors who are great people.
Yes.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
But
It's
it's
Yeah.
amazing that you've vetted them and you're like, listen, I can tell you right now, this is not something I'm comfortable doing, but here's somebody that I know is great at
There you
this.
go.
And that's a testament to your value.
Yeah.
And regardless, the next time they think of
Mhm.
if it's them, if it's someone they know, they're like, you know what, this guy Dylan,
Mhm.
I'm going to call him. And if he doesn't know, he's going to find us someone that does. And that's
Mhm.
literally how that works. That is
Yeah.
literally the same, like on our end too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like how you want it to reflect on your
Yeah.
business, you know, and at the same time too, like not to be like once you are done with the job to ask for those reviews, to ask for
Yeah.
those referrals, and
Ab-
like, you know, for someone that you've built the relationship with,
Mhm.
it's almost easier to do than you going
Yeah.
down the line to say like, here, we sent you an email for a link for a review from
Yeah.
so and so
Yeah.
or whatever.
They're gonna
You
be
know what
like,
I'm
"Yep,
saying? Like I
boop."
bypass that all the time,
Yeah.
you know, but it's like, because I don't even know who the review is for at this
Yep.
point. I don't even know what's going on. But I think that's amazing that it would be you and you're like, yeah, this is my guy, this is his company, and this is what we
Absolutely.
did. And you know, 10 out of 10 experience. I think
Absolutely.
that's amazing, you know?
I 100% agree.
Yeah, it's just sad like this day and age the relationships get lost. And I think like it's cool that there are still different entrepreneurs, different companies, people that we know
Yeah.
that like still want to keep that relationship business alive.
Mhm.
I just think it's so important because I think it's something that's easily lost. Like
Absolutely.
everyone's, you know, like,
Yeah.
oh, this can get done from Google Earth and this can get done from AI and this,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
Too much.
no, yeah, like
We all miss the personal touch.
you
Yep.
need that.
That's
Like,
the thing with AI and stuff. Like I pay
yeah.
attention to that stuff, and I'm like, yeah, but I feel like you get tired of it.
it'll
Everyone-
take you far
everyone
depending on
wants-
what you want to do with it, but like
Yes,
don't get
very
lost
much
in
so.
the connection.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
like keep that connection.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
So-
absolute.
Period. Absolute.
Period poo.
I love
period
that.
poo. So what are you talk about the licenses that you have? What are the licenses that you have that you
Yeah. So I've
Basically.
got HVAC. I'm not going to get too much into like try to tell you
You don't
exactly.
The fine
Yeah,
print,
yeah.
you don't have
So
to. Yeah.
I am licensed to do quite a few things. How do I put this? So I have, when it comes to the mechanical licensing, there's multiple categories that make you qualified to install heating and cooling equipment
Okay.
and ductwork. I have that. I also have the licensing that makes you qualified to service them, heating and cooling, both those licenses. And I also have ductwork license. So I can do everything that you need to do when it comes to residential and light commercial heating and cooling.
light commercial?
Light commercial, I
Okay,
mean, it
okay.
goes beyond that.
I didn't know what.
Yeah. So
I had to load that.
the
I didn't even know those were all different
You know what I'm
licenses,
saying?
honestly. Yeah.
That's what I meant. Well, I'm not gonna like when it's gonna be hard to get into it
Yes,
because it's
yes.
the licensing is based on like tonnages and BTU ratings of systems. So that's
Uh-huh.
going to be like how big of a building or how big that
Right.
furnace is.
I
how
actually
big,
do know that term.
Yeah.
How many BTUs is this?
British thermal units. That's what that means.
Wait till I pop off on my clients. They're gonna tell me some
Yeah.
shit during the inspection. I'm gonna say,
Yep.
y'all don't know about BTUs.
Yep.
I do.
Yep.
Shout out Dylan.
Yeah. But basically, when it comes to the licensing, I can service cooling, I can service heating pieces of equipment, and I can install everything pretty much.
Okay.
Love
So
that.
And that's our focus.
Good to know.
don't be worried about what I can't do because I'll tell you what I can't do.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
but
fair.
I feel like you do so much, like even outside
That's
of
it.
that. Like,
And then I'm like I said, like I say light commercial because I'm not to the commercial world yet.
Right.
I haven't done enough, personal time interacting with the commercial world yet.
yeah.
But I've knocked on thousands of front doors. And that's why right now I'm comfortable and it's way less it goes back to I want to build that relationship with
Yeah.
people. And if that leads me to more commercial jobs, I love it.
Yeah.
And commercial jobs don't scare me. It's more along the lines of when it comes to a commercial job, you kind of need more
It's a big,
people.
I was going to say it's a bigger job probably. Yeah.
And if it's light commercial, that means that's a commercial job that me, one man, can handle.
Understood.
And I can handle quite a bit. So I'm never
Nice.
going to bite off more than I can chew.
Right.
I love that.
I swear. I
You're
respect
so-
the hustle, bro.
so
For
trans-
real.
You're so transparent and just so honest, and it just like exudes through you. And I think that successful entrepreneurs have that quality because nobody wants to be sold
Mhm.
and no one wants to hear some BS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I feel like people you can sense it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
One thing I've learned, like me personally, that I may have like that I want to clarify with some customers is like when I'm trying to talk about a quote on equipment or something, I want to tell you about what you're buying. I want to tell you like what the equipment does that you're
Yeah.
buying. So it's like if I'm trying to talk your ear off about the quote, don't so much think about the money aspect. Try to listen to me about like what you're spending your hard-earned money on.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the SEER rating on your air conditioner, explain to you how the refrigeration cycle works, and like so you can kind of wrap your head around it. So potentially you don't need me, and
Right.
you can service your own equipment like
Yeah.
maintenance wise,
Right.
and then call me when you need me.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm passionate about like the technology that's involved and the billions and billions and trillions of dollars of engineers out there in the world, which respect. It's a crazy world, and there's a lot of
Oh,
things
yeah.
going on in the refrigeration world, especially right now with the environmental protection agency,
Right.
the refrigerant changeover right now, and there's a lot of crazy stuff going on.
One of my clients was saying like the coding or the codes like the last like couple years changed. I think I don't know what he was telling me about, but he was
so
just
the state of Michigan
yeah.
was on the 2015 Michigan Mechanical Code Book just up until last year, and
Okay.
now we've still only adopted the 2021 Michigan Mechanical Code Book. So we're still growing. Like we're not even
We're still
on
behind.
2025.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
tell me about that, or did I hear about that from a client too?
I don't know.
I
I
feel like
might
I
have.
heard about
He was
that.
basically like our code book went from like this to like this.
Yeah.
Nah.
Well, damn. Well,
But
Wasn't
code
like
books-
that crazy,
code
but he
books
was like, it's
changed.
just a lot more
Code
than
books changed.
before. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
wow.
Absolutely.
Crazy stuff. Crazy
So,
stuff.
I have one question. There's tons of people out there that maybe are thinking about getting started.
Mhm.
We know how you got started. You kind of like grew up doing it already
Mhm.
and then just kind of found yourself in it again.
Yep.
But starting your own company,
Mhm.
getting over those fears, was there any advice that you received from somebody else that helped you along the way? And if not, what's something that you learned, a piece of advice that you would give to somebody that is maybe thinking about, getting started, opening up their own company, or thinking about getting into HVAC? Where can they go learn? How can they get started? Or if they're just a handyman, I don't know, things
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah. I mean, all I know is what I know. So if you're thinking about getting into the heating and cooling world and you know nothing, there's plenty of schooling available. But like I said previously, I learned best the hard way. And that hard way is kind of just getting thrown in the mix and learning and getting yelled at and mastering your craft.
Get your hands
you know what I
dirty.
mean?
Yeah.
So if you don't know nothing and you want to get into the trade, specifically heating and cooling, I would go knock on the front door of your local heating and cooling company and say, I'm ready to learn. And then if you've broke past that point, to knock on a door and look, most of the time, ugly dudes in the face who are, assholes. If you're willing to do all that and put yourself out there, then put the time in that you need to put in. If your dream's to be an entrepreneur, put the time in with those people, show those people that, you are of moral character, because you have to get a letter of recommendation to get your mechanical license for every category that you want
Oh, wow.
by someone who has that license you want to get. So that's another thing a lot of people look past that I take a lot of pride on. It's, people signed
great.
off for me, and once they do for you, you'll know how much it means,
Yeah.
and the work it takes. So like I said, if you can knock on that door and put yourself out there to join a trade that you know nothing about, you've already overcome your fear, bro. So if you just show up, bust your ass for however long it takes to get to that point where you're confident to be on your own, you'll have no problem. The only problem is, are you really going to need that security net to do it? Because if you do, I mean, I hope you got it,
Yeah.
because I didn't have one. My wife's my safety net,
Yeah.
and she's more than enough for me, you
Oh,
know?
I
So
love
I'm gonna
that.
cry.
so that's
What's
all
her
I
name?
needed. Madison.
Shout
Yeah.
out Madison.
girl.
Shout out, gal.
What's that, baby?
Yeah.
Hey, boo.
So without my wife, I couldn't do it, and I hope any dude has one if they're trying to do it. But they could do it if they can knock on that door. That's all I got to say.
That's great advice, though.
Yeah.
I love it. Everything you said. Honestly, even when you were saying like when those dudes signed off for me, like
Oh yeah.
that's so like that really touched my heart because
Yeah.
like truly like that's like like that's your character and these like
They don't
They're
gotta
and
do
they
that.
don't
for
have
you,
to
yeah.
do
They
that
don't
for
gotta do
you.
that.
Yes, like
If
that's
anything, they're flooding the market with another dude who could take
right
work
their
away.
business. So yeah, exactly. So I
Yeah.
think that's amazing. I didn't even know that was like that was a thing. So I
Yeah.
think
Oh yeah.
that's so cool.
Respect.
So much.
Shout out to my
Truly.
boy Barry.
What up, Barry?
Let's go,
Love you, Barry.
Jim.
And Jim. I love you, Jim.
All right, we got Barry.
What up,
We
Jim?
got Jim. We got
Madison.
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 Right? Hold
Period.
on. Hold on.
But she wants
Hey,
it.
shout out Ed and Jim.
Okay, what up, Ed and Jim? It's all fam here.
I
So
love all the love that
Mhm.
you know, even okay, so you're so new too, like not so new, but like your Owlhead is a new company,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But already you're just like, shout out this person, that person, this person that just like lift you up. You know what I mean? And I feel like you're
absolutely.
so ready to do that for the next person too, even though
Mhm.
you're still in your grind, you
Yeah,
know? And
period.
I just am so, I love it.
I swear that
I
was the
love the
first thing
soul.
we did. Like when we started on the podcast, we're like, shout out to this coach, this coach,
I
that
have this
person.
whole wall full of stickers right now if I
Yes.
could.
Yeah.
All you guys, I would have
I
all your stickers
swear.
up there
Yes.
if I could.
Y'all
Well,
realtors should get some stickers.
Whoever, I mean, this is
You guys should start a sticker game.
We should. I'm about to put our logo on a sticker for real. I'm not
okay,
joking.
period. I think we need a new logo to be real, but
Listen, we could rebrand, we can change, but the important thing,
That's
and
what
if
I'm saying.
anyone took anything out of today's
We got
episode,
pop
you just have to
we
start.
gotta do it.
You gotta start somewhere, do
Listen,
something.
The
you
only
know?
things that are certain in this life is death and taxes. So
I swear you ain't lying.
I'm never gonna get over the first one,
Ah,
and the second one not going anywhere either. So
Right.
Right.
I
we can
swear.
combat it as much as we try, but yeah, the first one ain't going anywhere.
Yeah, so make the most of it.
absolutely.
Make the most of it.
Well, we are coming up to the hour, but
Crazy.
But oh my god, we haven't been recording this whole time.
Don't lie.
I'm kidding.
Dad, I am not doing an episode on this podcast. I got to go.
Oh my god,
Totally
that's so funny.
joking.
I was like,
I
no way.
I had to do it to him.
Low-key, guys, we had some
Um,
technical difficulties in the beginning.
Yeah,
so
we did. But that's
so
okay.
funny.
But I'm all for a good joke.
We're back. That's hilarious. I swear you got
You
me
should see
too.
Dylan's face. He's like, no.
Like-
I was literally dead. I was like,
this sucks.
can't.
That's so
I don't
funny.
got another hour in me.
That's hilarious.
But I mean, we know you started your own company.
Yes.
This next question that I have for you, it doesn't have to be about work, it could be about personal, it could be anything.
Mm-hmm.
But this is just kind of something new that me and Chris want to ask all of our people because it just goes with the show. What's the boldest move you've ever made?
Whew.
Putting a ring on Madison?
No, that was probably the happiest move I made.
Oh, I love it.
Literally
never
tears.
ran
The boldest move I made was probably saying I was gonna start Owlhead under the same name as the one that when Owlhead HVAC installations was on, people dogged that name. They said you're a fake HVAC company. They said,
Damn.
People said a lot of things.
Dang, bro.
So you know what I did? I got legit and I
Yep.
opened it back up. So that was my bold move, was
I
not
love
trying
that.
to change the dream, but making the dream happen.
Dude.
Oh my god, I love that. Period.
So
Let's
freaking
go.
boss, dude. Like I'm
Let's
like,
go.
I'm shook. I got
Go.
chills
I
though.
swear.
Because like that's just like, you know, people wouldn't do that. They would say, "Oh no, I tarnished my name.
Yeah.
XYZ.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do a whole new thing so nobody knows who I am, and I'm gonna rebrand it, and nobody
Mhm.
will know." But
Yeah.
like you were like,
Like,
no,
I'm gonna own
People
my
know.
shit.
People know
own
me,
this.
Raquel.
This
Yeah.
is me. That's
they
it.
they know me.
But like you just took it, you owned it, you went with it,
Yes.
and you rebranded. Well, you didn't rebrand, but like you revamped.
You brought it back to
Yeah.
life.
Yes.
I'm not going anywhere.
Oh.
And neither is Owlhead Mechanical.
Oh, hell
Licensed
yeah.
and insured.
I was like,
Licensed
wait a
and
minute, where are you going?
insured.
Yes.
That's amazing. We're so happy for you.
I
Yeah.
appreciate you
I
guys
love
so
this,
much.
and we
I
wish
Honest
you
to
so
God.
much success.
I
truly.
could not have done this with anybody else. Flat
Honestly,
out.
we are
Oh,
so honored.
we're
to have
honored.
you here.
I
Like,
appreciate you
truly,
guys.
Yeah,
it
this
was
has
just
been so much
nice
fun.
to see you,
I
You
know.
too.
to reconnect with you, to see
Yeah.
how well you're doing, to have this
Yes.
conversation, to hopefully reach, an audience to not only get you business, but just so people can learn from,
Mhm.
the journey that you've been on. It's super, super commendable, and we have mad respect for you.
Oh, yeah.
So thank you so much for
Touches
being
my heart. It
here.
really
No,
does.
No,
we
for real.
appreciate
I'm a
you.
crybaby. That's one secret that people don't know about me. I'll watch The Notebook. This will cry. Okay.
I just kind of had a random thought. Are there any like spring, like getting into summer tips that you would recommend, like for homeowners that they should be looking out for or doing, or like seasonal?
So if you live in, your average residential home that has ductwork, so that's going to mean you have a forced air heating and cooling system. That's usually going to be an indication that you would have an outdoor condenser, which is what everybody thinks of as an air conditioner. So what happens is you have your outdoor unit and you have your evaporator coil inside, and that is your cooling package of your forced air heating and cooling system.
Interesting.
So come spring, you better believe, go look at your outdoor unit. And if you are seeing leaves, if you are seeing dirt, if it looks dirty, or if you haven't thought about it until I'm telling you right now, it needs a cleaning. And it's going to save you money. It's going to save you being uncomfortable. And and it's just a good thing all around. So
Something to check.
maintenance,
Yeah.
so when it comes to springtime, look at your outdoor unit as well as check your filters on your furnace. And then in fall before winter, you're going to want to start thinking about your furnace maintenance. Maintenance is everything. So if
Yeah.
you're going to spend thousands of dollars of your hard-earned money, start thinking about maintaining it as well. Just like a car needs to get an oil change, your furnace and air conditioner need to be maintained.
Whew, you got me shook about my furnace.
Shook.
I swear.
It's okay. At least we have somebody to call.
There's a lot of things that I can do for anybody watching that will make your life easy.
Okay. Well, I think you're coming over, Dylan.
Yep. That's all I heard.
Change your
You gotta come make
filter.
sure. Gotta come make sure it's legit. I'm honestly not sure
I
how
love
old
it.
our furnace or AC unit is. I think
We
it's
should know that.
it's definitely the AC unit. I think is newer, but
AC
the
's definitely
furnace,
newer.
I'm not sure. Really not sure. So, do you do like regular, like yearly maintenance checks? That's
Absolutely.
like is that just like even if nothing's wrong to just be like, hey,
Well,
like
here's
an
the thing.
additional service that you provide, or
I don't want anything to ever be wrong.
Right.
I want your equipment to last as long as it possibly can.
For
But what
sure.
that takes is me or whoever you want for your sake. Call whoever you want. Clean your system every single year.
Interesting. Okay.
Eat every piece of equipment. Clean it.
Like when you
Or
say
it's going
clean
to
it.
bite you in the butt. You have to change your filters regularly. You need to get components that are inside that, a qualified technician should do for you. Or
Like check the motherboard.
like you should be
I don't
pulling
know why I
out,
know that.
I'm not going to put too much game out there,
Just
but
kidding.
your flame sensors need to be cleaned. Your
Okay.
filters need to be cleaned. If you have a condensing high efficiency gas furnace, you need to clean out your condensate traps. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Sure, yeah.
So
Get a technician, guys.
Get a technician, get someone who's qualified, and then let them document what they do every time they do it so that the life of your equipment comes with a receipt of
Yeah.
everything that has been done to that piece of equipment, so you know where your investment went.
So important.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here with us. And if you want to reach out to Dylan, he's already mentioned how you can do that. And if you don't know, you can reach out to me and I will connect you. But thank you so much for another episode of Bold Moves on the Property Sisters Network. It's been so much fun having you.
The
We're so,
best.
so grateful to have had you
Yes.
today.
Thank you guys.
And we will see you on the next one.
Yeah. See you next time.
All right.
Later.
Peace.
Later.